How you doing? Welcome to Chef Michael's Culinary Credenza, Symphony of Flavors. And we're gonna create a symphony today. We're doing a fish stew. It's called the bouillabaisse. That's classical, as started in Marseille, France. Of course, it's a peasant dish, man. That's where all the goodness comes from. They were using the bycatch, the catch that was extra, and they put it into a stew and they fed their families. You know, now it's a classic dish. And that's what we're gonna get down to, all right? So we got our fish that we're gonna, there's always shellfish in the stew, and it's cooked in different layers, right? But first you gotta get your bouillabaisse, you gotta get your stock going. So we did red snapper. So I saved the red snapper, I put it in here. We're using skate today in the bouillabaisse. You know, it's a bycatch. It used to be, you used to throw it out, but now it's cool. Now we use it. It's a real good fish. It's flaky, it's tender. So I boned it out, all right? So I have that. I have the shell from that. We have nice shrimp with the heads on it. The heads, that's where all the flavor's at, remember? Suck out the flavor, it's all that goodness. But from the shells, we're gonna cook that up, all right? We saute that up nice, get all the oils out of it. We add our onion, our garlic, our celery, our carrots. We add water to it. We bring it to a boil. We let it simmer. We forget about it, all right? We strain it and it's good to go. Then we have our bouillabaisse. I'm gonna set it aside because I had made some already, and I have some ready to go for this dish. So we're gonna start with our light olive oil, and we're gonna start sauteing our mirepoix, all of our vegetables. What is unique, we're using leeks, we're using fennel, and our regular mirepoix. So I'll put the heavy stuff in first. I'll get some carrots in there, some celery, some onion. I'm gonna smash the garlic, whoop, like I do. Always put a wet towel underneath your cutting board so it doesn't do that. Take my advice, because I'm not using it. There you go, there's some garlic in there. Right on, right on. We got that going. All right, so here we go with our fennel. Fennel's gonna give it that licorice flavor. Gives it a little soft texture with a little bit of a bite. Your leeks in the onion family. These are your smaller leeks, nice and fine. I'm gonna let a little bit more oil to it. And I'll grab my wooden spoon. We'll get all this goodness moving around in here. Okay, so while this is sauteing, I'm gonna move it to the outside, and I'm gonna start to cook my fish. So I'll put a piece of red snapper in there, and I'll put a piece of, I didn't cut the skate, so I'll just cut the skate on the plate. Put a piece of the skate in there. All right, and we'll let that cook. So we have the fish, the harder fish, the main pieces are sauteing in there along with our vegetables. And you know, I just can't help but notice and realize, you know, how light I'm moving around in this chef jacket. New chef, they provided all my chef jackets. And there's a material, I'm not sure what it is, but man, it's come a long way from the past. I can move easily, it's cool. Well done, good job, new chef. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna flip that over and move it along to the side, and I'm gonna make some room. I'm gonna add our shellfish, and I'll get some shrimps in there. Get them cooking nicely. They're getting started. You know, the rest of it is gonna cook in the liquid. But I like to get a little char on it first. That's why I use cast iron. You could use a regular sauce pot, but I like to get a little color going. I think that pulls the flavor out. Of course, you have to do that for the shrimp you have to, if you leave the heads on it, you have to saute it in the pan because of course you have the shell on it. You want to bring the oils out. All right, so now I could add the rest of it. I got mussels. I'm sorry, I didn't have mussels. So I got two kinds of clams. I got the small, the mollusks here, all right? And I got the little necks. And I'm gonna throw them in as well. Everything's starting to smell real nice. It's coming along. I got a choice. I could go, this could stay light and go with the Valenzano Sauvignon Blanc, or I could go with the Valenzano Malbec, and it will be a little more richer. They're both just as good, but I'm gonna go with the Vin Blanc. Keep it light. All right, so dig that. So now, all that goodness is coming up from the pan. It's all coming up nice, absorbent. I'm gonna add some orange zest to this. All right, that's what's classic in bouillabaisse. The orange zest, it's known for that. It's also known for saffron. Saffron is a key ingredient in classical bouillabaisse. So, however, it's very expensive. They have to pull the little tendrils from the inside of the flour one at a time. It's costly. There's other ways around. It's a fish stew. So I left it out. You could add it. We're gonna have the flavor in it. We have the lemon rind. I'm sorry, the orange rind we're gonna put in there. I'm not gonna put too much. I don't want any of the pith. So I'm just gonna get the goodness. And now that the wine is reduced, here's the bouillabaisse. That's the stock that we made. We made it in advance. And that just quiets everything down. All right. So that's gonna simmer. That's gonna simmer. The clams are gonna open up. I'm gonna add a little tomato product to that. When we come back, we'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, our seafood stew is sizzling nicely. I added a little tomato paste in there to give it some body, but I'm breaking out the Jersey Fresh freshness from the summertime. Remember, we canned tomatoes. We're gonna add that to this, and that's gonna bring that summertime out. Right on, nice and fresh. Our clams have opened up. The shrimp heads are pointing out. We're ready to plate. So we're gonna use some old bread because that's the classic way to serve it. That's gonna sit in the bottom of the bowl, but it's gonna soak up. Ooh, I'm talking, you should be hearing this. That's the sound of crusty bread. Right on, right on, I love it. I'm gonna put some crusty bread in the bottom of this bowl. I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, there's some piece of that skate. Clams. Shrimp. There's mirepoix in there, the fennel. Now you pour all that goodness over the bread. Don't let anything get away. Get all that goodness to soak into the bread. And there you have it, our seafood stew. Thanks for joining me, Chef Michael's Culinary Credenza, a symphony of flavors. See you next time.